2015 Noah's Ark. Second entrance into the right end. Part A by Ronald Stewart. Copyright 2015, 2018, all rights reserved. First, we're going to investigate this end right here within the red oval outline. Then, what we'll be investigating, the first animal carving, will be in the area seen in the red square right here. And then the second animal carving that we will be looking at will be to the right of that, right there within that red rectangular outline. Then we will be going in part B into the area where the yellow arrow is pointing to right there and investigating many more animal stalls. Here we begin. Right there. Here is some of the original video. Here we're walking up to the area which we're trying to film at the same time as much as possible. And here, as we again film and get closer, we'll be going into the left side. The first area where we'll be investigating and studying the first possible alleged animal carving inside the right end of possibly and likely Noah's Ark. Or why else would so many animal carvings be in this object? So, as we get closer and closer, and our goal is to get into the left side there in the left bottom corner of the screen, as we continue to watch the film, then we will take a look at this and it will explain it in great detail in order so we can get an idea what we're looking at the same time as well. Now here we zoom into the left side, and we're going to be looking at this left side as far as the first animal carving is concerned. Right here. Alright. Not in the oval part, but just to the right of it a little bit. Now, as we zoom into the area here, in about the middle of the screen, here's the first animal carving to be studied. Here, we're lighting up the area on the inside to get a better view of what we're going to see. Now, here we can have lighted up the inside more, and here we have a higher resolution image. And what is very unusual is that on top we see what looks like the head of an animal carving surrounded by a thin sheet of ice. Right there, the head is sticking out, and a thin sheet of ice about 20 feet high and 30-40 feet wide is covering a number of animal stalls, and these areas here that look like white areas that still have ice and snow on them are behind this thin sheet of ice, just like a thin sheet of ice that would be on the water of a pond, and you could see partially through it. And yet, as it gets thinner and thinner, it begins to melt away. In like manner, this, in theory, is what is happening here. And we will explain that more. Now, in order to get a better idea so you'll understand what we're talking about, right here we're going to show that behind the ice looks like there's a carving there of a neck of a possible maybe dinosaur-like animal. But the only part that has melted around the front of the face and head will be the area outlined in red after we get rid of the yellow outline around the neck of the animal carving. And here, as we outline the head and face in red, right there, starting on the left top corner, right there is how far back this sheet of ice has melted around this top of this animal carving's head. Now, that is extremely interesting. And that is what we're looking at here in this first animal carving study. Now we're studying the second animal carving to be studied, which is now, we're going to take a look at that more as follows, as we zoom into now the other side. Here is the next animal carving. Now as we zoom into that, we're filming this in high definition video. We can still see that this animal here looks like some sort of possible hadrosaur, dinosaur, and here we have a higher resolution HD image and video, but yet we can see that around the snout, and it has its mouth open, but around the snout area there's many porous areas or holes, as we would see in petrified wood or wood that is going through a series of transitional phases of petrification over time. But yet we're going to continue to look at this second animal carving as we zoom into it closer, slowly, to get a good look at it to see what it looks like. And these two objectives in these first two animal carvings is the purpose and goal of this film. In part B, we will take up where we left off here and look at some more animal carvings as well. Now, in this last part, before we get ready to end this film, we're going to be studying this second animal carving a little more. Now we can see with the mouth open that there's still a considerable amount of ice and snow on the inside of the mouth that's open. But as we get closer, we zoom and zoom closer and closer to it to get an idea, to get a better idea of what it looks like in high definition video. And in the upper top left part of the animal's carving's head, we can see what looks like a green eye, and another one which looks like an amber colored eye in the right part. More to come